Social engineering. What is social engineering? Well, social engineering means that tricking the user to get into something or to lure the user. The social engineering example would be like that if you lie to a person that the following house or the following building is full of gold, and when that person enter into that building is empty. There is no gold at all. So this is how we perform social engineering. This is what we call social engineering. We actually tell the user or the victim that please visit my email, visit my website, or visit this link, or you can do anything like that. And he or she will get into that link, and after that he will or she will be hacked out. So this is what is social engineering for. Social engineering most of the time is used by hackers nowadays, and it is very common. Sometimes it is very common in Facebook and Gmail and other kind of Yahoo IDs hacking, because as we all know that Facebook has tightened its security far more than today and from the yesterday. So as the other ones like Gmail and Yahoo have also implemented steps to tighten their security. So in this way we could not use direct launched attacks on these kind of platforms. So in order to hack a person, most of the time most of the hackers using social engineering techniques to hack that specified person. Like the one example of it would be phishing. Phishing is actually a technique of cloning the very popular platform and then tricking the user to get into that cloned website and enter his or her username and password, and after that whenever he enters his or her username, he or she will be hacked out. So this is what we call phishing. So let's get started, and I'm going to show you that how we can perform social engineering with the help of Backtrack. I'm just going to open a command terminal, and then after that I'm just going to use get into the pen test exploit. Just gonna be pen test exploits, and then after that you're gonna have to use the set option, and after that I'm just gonna use the set option to start the social engineering toolkit. Whenever you are running it for the first time, it will ask for the terms and service. I'm just going to type YA for yes, and then you will be confronted with this menu. There is social engineering attacks, fast track penetration testing, third-party modules, update, Metasploit framework, and many other options. It even also gives you the helps and credits and about it who is behind the work of social engineering toolkit. This is actually a toolkit which provides you the social engineering hacking mechanisms and techniques. Definitely I'm just going to select the first option, that is the social engineering attacks, and then after that I will be confronted with many other options, that is around about 11 options, and if you press 99 it will get you back to the main menu. So we have a spear phishing attack vector, website attack vector, infectious media generator, and many other options like SMS spoofing, Arduino based. Arduino is a kind of machine which is programmed and which give you capability, wireless access point attack vector, and many more. I'm just going to go with the second option, that is website attack vector, and then after that we have different options like Java applet attack method, Metasploit browser, credential harvester, tab snapping, and many other options, as you can see that. So definitely I'm just gonna go with the Java applet attack vector, that is the first option, and then you will be confronted with three different options, that is web template, site cloner, custom import. So as I have told you that we have a method or a technique called phishing, with the help of which we could trick a person and could get his or her username back on the track. So definitely I'm going to use the second option, that is the site cloner. And are you using NAT port forwarding? Yes, I'm just going to press yes. I'm using IP address to set web server. This could be your external IP or host name. So I could actually give my own IP address. So for that purpose, I'm just going to get into IP address, and then after that I'm just going to type in ipconfig. Sorry, I just mistakenly typed, this should be ifconfig, and my IP address is 192.168.23.128. So I'm just going to type in 192.168.23.128 and press enter. Is your payload handle Metasploit on different IP from your external net forward? Yes. I'm just going to type yes. IP address for the reverse handler, reverse payload. So the IP address you want to be actually, for example, whenever a person access that link, so all of the messages and data or password username, where that will go, so that will get to your IP address. So I'm just going to repeat the same IP address, that will be actually the 192.168.23.128 and press enter. So both HTTP and HTTPS example is enter the URL to clone. So I'm just going to type in https://www.facebook.com/ and press enter. So cloning the website http login.facebook.com, this could take a little bit, and when it would be completed, so we would have a complete Facebook cloned website which will exactly look like Facebook. So whenever a person enters his or her username into that Facebook link, he or she will be hacked. We could also actually provide some other information, but this is actually for educational purpose. That is why I'm using the Facebook. Nowadays people are getting smarter, they will easily get that you are actually tricking him or her. So for that purpose you really don't need to use the Facebook login, you really just to create another kind of login form, and then you need to trick a user to get into that form, and you will be able to hack his or her ID. As you can see that now we have actually, if I just get back, so injecting Java applet tag into the newly cloned website, file name obfuscation complete, payload name is this one, malicious Java applet website prepped for deployment. What payload do you want to generate? Now they are asking for us to what kind of payload we want to actually generate. So Windows shell reverse TCP send back to attacker, spawn a command shell on victim. This is actually a kind of attack, shell reverse TCP, which will actually give you capability to transfer all of the stuff to your own computer. So this is a very important thing. So I'm just gonna select the first option, or you can select the second option, that is reverse TCP interpreter. So I'm going to use 2 for the option and press enter. And then it will ask you, if below is a list of encoding to try and bypass AV, select one of the below. Backdoor executable is typically the best. So these are used for actually bypassing any kind of security stuff like that. So you can use anything like backdoor executable is typically the best. So I'm going to use a 16, that is recommended one. Port of the listener, so I'm just going to use 443, and generating x64 based PowerShell injection code. So it will actually begin to inject that specified payload and it will give us the result. So as you can see that now we have actually completed this process, and the payload has been started, and the reverse handler has also been started. So you can now trick the user, anyone who is actually going to be tricked with this link. I'm just going to copy it, or you can just paste it or copy it. So use the exit command to quit. So interrupt, use the exit command to quit. This is actually used for exiting. And now if you want to trick the user, you can just easily open the browser of your own, and let's just get into the .tk website. It is actually used for the listener, or for shortening the URL from a very long domain to a very short domain. So as you can see that we have now this URL. So I'm just gonna actually get into the shortened URL section, and just gonna paste that specified URL. So I'm just gonna get back because that was not copied successfully. I'm just gonna get rid of it and copy it, then gonna get back, and I'm just gonna paste it in here. and then I'm just gonna go with the URL shortener. So what it will do is it will actually shorten this URL to my specified name.